In a world where technology is becoming more and more a part of everyday life, 5 centuries later, it's still with us.
The pencil. There are pencils almost everywhere today. Schools, offices, homes, but interestingly not in space, where instead they use pens. More about that in another episode. So, how did the pencil come about? Well, first things first, the name pencil comes from the French word pinceau, which means a small paintbrush, which in turn comes from the Latin penicillus, which means a little tail. Way back in the 16th century, one of the earliest pencils was just a stick of graphite, which is a soft black mineral first referred to as black lead. To stop these early pencils from breaking and turning people's hands black, they were usually wrapped in string or sheepskin. The modern pencil was invented in 1795 by Nicolas Jaconte, a scientist serving in the army of the then political and military leader of France, Napoleon Bonaparte. The first pencil in the 17th century was made by grinding down graphite and clay, then putting those into a circular mold, where it was fired in a kiln. This softened material was then encased in a wooden surround. Actually, the same method is still used today. Of course, it is machines that cut the wood, insert the lead, and then stamp or print the final design. If you've ever looked at a pencil, something you may have noticed are the letters H and B. The H represents hard, while the B, black. The higher the B, the more graphite is left on the paper. There are actually 20 different grades of pencil. The softest being 9H, to the hardest being 9B, and the most popular being HB, which lies halfway between the H and the B. Before we go, something we actually wondered was, how much can you draw with one pencil? Well, if you were to use the entire pencil, then you would be able to draw a line up to 56 kilometers long, which is actually longer than the width of Singapore. Or you would be able to write about up to 45,000 words. So from its humble beginnings of wood and graphite to a now multi-million-dollar industry, including cats, dogs, unicorns, mechanical, and so much more, the pencil